Hi everybody, welcome to another crochet tutorial, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this 10 petal flower, something a little bit different. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be using two different coloured yarns here. I've chosen a green for the centre and a yellow, pale yellow, for the petals, and these are a chunky yarn. That's a yarn weight of 5, so that's a chunky bulky weight yarn in 2 colours, and with that yarn I'm just going to be using a 4mm G crochet hook, but you can pretty much use any yarn you like, any hook size that you like to make this flower. And you're going to need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle as well. Okay, so let's begin, and I'm going to start off with the green to begin. The green, and what we're going to do with our green is we're going to chain 4 to begin. I'm going to chain 4. This is a yarn weight of 5, but using a worsted weight will be absolutely fine. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 4. And then we're going to find, always pull that tight, going to find our first chain, put our hook in there, bring the yarn through that first chain, then straight through the loop on our hook, and that creates a little loop which is joined at the beginning and the end, and in the middle is a hole. Obviously don't confuse it with your chain 1, and into that hole we are going to work 10 double crochet, and that's in US terminology. So we're going to yarn over, put our hook into the middle there, then just wrapping it around your chains. Doesn't matter how many chains you've got now. I'm going to do a double crochet. So 2, 4 through 2. There we go, almost lost that then. And we want 10 of these, so we're going to yarn over, go back into the centre, bring the yarn through the middle, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2 for another double crochet. So that's 2. Next one, 3. Just wrapping it around the chains. I'm also tidying up the tail end. I'm just wrapping it around the tail end as well. That's 3, yarn over, the next one back into that hole in the middle, bring the yarn through, do another double crochet, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the last one back into the centre, 10. Like so. Okay, just pull that tail end a bit. You should have 10 double crochet just wrapped around those chains in that 4 chain loop. And then what we're going to do is we are going to slip stitch in our first double crochet. So check you've got 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 and 10. Put your hook into that first double crochet, going under 2 bits of yarn, but instead of yarning over with the green, we're going to yarn over with our yellow instead. So I'm just going to put the green down, then drape the yellow over the hook and just hold that with my finger and bring that through the first double crochet instead, and then bring it straight through the loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. And now we're working with our yellow. I'm just going to pull some tail ends to get that secure. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are going to chain 8. Okay, so chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we've chained 8 in our petal colour. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a treble crochet stitch, and we're going to do it in our 5th chain from hook, our 5th stitch from hook. The first thing to do is find your 5th stitch from hook. So we don't count the loop on a hook. There's our 1st stitch, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So in that 5th stitch from hook, that one there, we're going to do a treble. And to do a treble, we need to wrap the yarn around our hook twice. Okay, so you've got 3 loops on your hook. Then put your hook into that 5th stitch from hook and bring the yarn through. So you end up with four loops. Okay. Now when making stitches, anything bigger, double crochet or bigger in US terminology, you basically just pull through the first 2 loops until you end up with just 1 loop. So we yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, leaves you with 3. Yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, leaves you with 2. Yarn over, pull for the last 2. And that completes a treble. Okay. And you should have 3 stitches remaining. So in the next stitch we're just going to do a double crochet, so just yarn over once and go into the next stitch, do a double crochet, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then in the next one we'll do a half double crochet, so yarn over, go into that second to last stitch, do a half double crochet, pull through all 3. And then the very last one we're just going to do a single crochet. Okay, just a single crochet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find the next stitch on this main circle. So there was the double crochet we slip stitched into there. You can see the yellow coming through. So the next one along here, we're going to do a slip stitch. Okay, and then that completes our first little petal, like so. Then what we're going to do is the same thing again. We're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to do the same thing again. First thing to do is find your 5th stitch from hook. So you want your 5th stitch from hook. Don't count the loop on your hook. There's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wrap the yarn around your hook twice, because we're going to do a treble, so wrap it around twice. Put your hook in that 5th stitch. Bring the yarn through, and all you need to remember is pull through 2 until you get to the end. So yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull for the next 2, yarn over, pull for the last 2, and you've done a treble. Okay. Then in the next stitch we do a double crochet. Then in the next stitch, a half double crochet, so just working down inside, and then the last one, a single crochet. Okay, little single crochet in the last one. Then what we need to do is find the next stitch on our main circle and do a slip stitch into there. Let's bring it through that next stitch, straight through the loop on your hook, and there's our next petal. And we'll just repeat that all the way around back to the beginning. So we chain 8 straight away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then yarn over twice because we're going to do a treble. Wrap it around your hook twice. Find the 5th stitch from hook. Don't count the loop on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your hook in there. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Got your treble. Yarn over. Then in the next stitch, do a double. 2, pull through 2. Next stitch, a half double crochet. Pull through all 3. And then the last one, a single crochet. There we go. Find the next stitch on your main circle and do a slip stitch. And there's our next one. So we'll just carry on all the way around. So I'm going to do that, and I'll stick on a little bit of relaxing music, and you can watch me, and yeah, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I'm just going up to the end and slip stitching in that last stitch, but you need to make sure you've got 10 petals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need to do one more in that last stitch. So again, chain 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Treble in your 5th stitch and hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, then a double in the next stitch, half double in the next stitch, and the single crochet in that last stitch. Okay, and that's your 10th and last petal. Then all that's left to do is find that first double crochet that you slip stitched into where the yellow was joined, put your hook back in there, bring the yarn through and do a little slip stitch to finish. Okay, just pull that tail end down, and then we're going to cut our yarn, both colours, pull the yarn through and get a yarn needle, and we'll just tidy up this tail end, sew that to the back. So pull that tail end, hide it, and yeah, and then just sew your tail ends, neaten them off, and to neaten them off you just sew across similar coloured stitches in one direction and then sew back in the opposite direction. No relationship to the band. And then just trim the excess down. You can repeat that for all the remaining tail ends as well, or you can use these to tie onto a project if you want to. And there we go, there is our little 10 petal flower, something a little bit different. There you go, you might want to block this to uncurl them if you want to, but there we go, a unique, a little different 10 petal flower. Okay, but I hope you like it, and I hope you manage to follow along, and I will see you soon for yet more crochet fun. Cheers for watching, bye!